Google is backing a project by EnergyWeb to help Bitcoin miners access local and regional energy markets in support of fully green grids. This is the latest announcement after EnergyWeb helped launch an initiative called the Crypto Climate Accord, which aims to have the entire crypto industry run on renewable energy by 2025. Joining us now to discuss is EnergyWeb Chief Commercial Officer Jesse Morris. Welcome, Jesse.
Hi, Christine. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. All right, congratulations on this latest €1 million grant and launching the Crypto Climate Accord based on the Paris Climate Accord. Of course, not only do you aim to have the crypto industry run on green energy by 2025, you want to have net zero emissions and erase all past emissions by 2030. How do you hope to achieve this?
A little bit of context might help to set the stage. So our organization, EnergyWeb Foundation, we build open source software and we also use blockchain to help large companies decarbonize. Whether we're talking about crypto, whether we're talking about the grid in general, that's in our DNA. But what's interesting in EnergyWeb is we really sit at the nexus of sustainability and climate and the crypto industry. And that's really where the Crypto Climate Accord came from. Long story short, there are really good things going that are going to support the entire crypto industry becoming 100% renewable eventually. Renewables are becoming cheap. Just today, for the Bitcoin miners following, 1.5 cents per kilowatt hour. That's the cost of solar energy right now. It is the cheapest source of power in the world in most places. The challenge is, if you really look at Bitcoin in particular, we don't know what is the green hash rate of Bitcoin, for example. There's a lot of survey data that's great at giving an estimate, but we don't know exactly what's going on. So the whole point of the Crypto Climate Accord is to bring together this critical mass of the industry to tackle challenges like that. We know how to measure at the ASIC level how green a given unit of energy is. The challenge is the whole industry hasn't necessarily agreed or is moving towards a kind of standard for that kind of measurement. So those are the kind of activities that we're hoping to launch under the umbrella of the Crypto Climate Accord to help the entire industry move forward.
Well, you have some big movers and shakers in the crypto industry joining on. You have Ripple, CoinShares, Consensus announcing that they have signed on to this climate accord. But would every mining company, every crypto company need to join in order for this to be effective?
The Crypto Climate Accord is completely a voluntary private sector-led initiative. And the whole point is to say, here are some targets. They seem reasonable as a starting point. Let's finalize them. Let's make them more mature and let's move forward. But we don't want the accord to just be some sort of a political handshaking kind of event. It's meant to be an umbrella effort to drive action. And so that's why, the point I mentioned earlier about this green hash rate measurement push, we want it to be a toolbox. If you are a Bitcoin miner that wants to make your system more green in a verified way, come on into the accord. If you are a Bitcoin holder who wants to make your existing crypto holdings green, come on into the accord and we'll help you do that. So no, not everybody needs to sign on for us to make tangible progress here. And if I had to look into the future, I'd say the thing to expect from the accord is to see leading organizations, again, whether they're Bitcoin holders, Bitcoin miners, other crypto companies coming in, we will work with them to show what the future is going to look like in terms of low carbon crypto.
Yeah, and Jesse, you're fighting a narrative out there that Bitcoin uses more electricity annually than the whole of Argentina, for example, according to a study by Cambridge University. Energetics, an energy consulting firm, also claims that the Bitcoin network consumes more energy than the country of New Zealand. So what are your thoughts when these studies come out?
The challenge with that narrative is that there are a lot of technology-centric industries that use an immense amount of electricity, and crypto is being singled out here, right? Artificial intelligence, IoT networks, cloud services, data centers, all of these technologies use a lot of electricity. And in fact, in crypto, we're dealing with something that is almost identical to what companies like Google and Microsoft are dealing with now as it relates to data centers. They are similarly under pressure to make sure that their data centers are powered by 100% renewables. There is no regulatory standard for really showing every unit of energy that goes into a data center, how green is it? That's exactly what we're trying to figure out here in crypto too. Right. Can we show how green every unit of energy going into a Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency is? It's the exact same challenge that these other industries are facing.
Yeah, a lot of companies are concerned about sustainability. There is also narrative out there about obtaining clean Bitcoin. Do you think there will be a premium for Bitcoin mined sustainably?
The whole point, at least from the Accord's perspective, and certainly from Energy Web's, is we're all about preserving the fungibility of Bitcoin, for example. So this whole point around green Bitcoins, regular Bitcoins, personally doesn't make a lot of sense. What we do see, though, is an opportunity for miners and other crypto market participants to use things like ETFs and other funds to differentiate themselves. And again, that's not coming from us. That's based on discussions with crypto mining organizations that are trying to differentiate. What you might see is large crypto holders taking unilateral action to decarbonize their holdings. So Tesla, any of these other big holders, they can go out there and purchase renewable energy to make their crypto clean. They can do that now. There's nothing stopping them. And in fact, we hope to help organizations like that take that activity under the Accord. But the longer term answer is indeed to help Bitcoin miners really just start verifying where is green energy being used in Bitcoin production.
Jesse, I'm glad you're thinking this through, and we'll be tracking your progress. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you. Happy to be here.